Okay, so I want to take a minute and talk about how to approach working through all this information. So this is a framework that you should be using to, continually to work on all the different 8 key performance indicators. So pragmatically speaking, and the reason why this is structured the way it is so that you can ideally take 1 month and work on one KPI and then put it down and then go to the next month and work on the next KPI. So let's say month number 1, you're going to focus on retention. And your goal is just to increase your retention rate by 10% from 1 year to the next. Okay, so the idea here is that you try to carve out as much time as you can, and you're going to be really busy. You're running a school. You're going to be pulled in 1,000 directions all the time, but you do have to fight. You have to make sure that you carve out and protect some time every month, every week ideally, 1 or 2 hours to just get focused and work on the overall business on a strategic level. So it's going to be a lot easier if you can do that with one singular focus for that month. So every week, if you can put 1 or 2 hours into working on this on the business strategy for this month, we're going to focus on retention. And you bring some people into it, you talk to your advisors or your mentors, and your plan is to, first of all, make sure you gather all the information about your retention rate and then see where it's at. Try to get an understanding of where it's at. I mean, there's going to be a lot of information and a lot of inputs. And then once you have the information, you take a look at it. You try to understand why it is the way it is, and you want to come up with ways that we've talked about in the modules here to actually improve it with the goal of improving it by 10%. And also you have to think, how am I going to track this? So it takes time to figure all this stuff out. So that's why you want to just take 1 month and do nothing but focus on improving the retention rate by 10%. And then after the end of that month, you implement those things, you plan to implement them. They don't necessarily have to happen that month. Those things could be planned for 3 months down the road when you're getting into the re-enrollment season, whatever it is. The point is that you figured it out and you came up with the strategy and it's all planned and you took a month to do that. That's done. And then go to generating more traffic or increasing the awareness about your school. And then you can go through the module and you can review all the different ways of increasing the amount of awareness about your school. And again, you want to go through the same process. How are we doing right now, right? How many people are learning? What's our marketing strategy? Review everything, understand what's going on, analyze it, and then start planning to improve it using the different strategies that we've talked about. So then you do that for a month and you put things in place and then you leave it and you go to the next one. Okay, and again, the goal of each month is to take one KPI and figure out how you're going to improve the performance of that KPI by just 10%. So if you can do that month after month after month, and there's 8 KPIs, so basically every 8 months you cycle around back to the original, the first one. Now you can think of this on a yearly basis as well. Maybe you can spread it out a little bit more and just, the idea is that at least from 1 year to the next, you want to increase each one of these key performance indicators. You want to increase its performance by 10%, just 10% from 1 year to the next. And if you can do that over a 2-year period, you will improve the net revenue margins of your school by 100%, by over 100%, by just working on each one in a more manageable, bite-sized way, in a very pragmatic way. And that's why we lay it out like this, because you can't flip everything over in a month, and you shouldn't try to, because it'll just cause a lot of stress and you'll be unsuccessful, right? You're very busy people in the role that you're in, so you have to be pragmatic. So that's why we talk about taking this approach. and because it's a practical way for you to take your Montessori school and improve the business end of the school by over 100% in a span of 2 years.